All right. This to the side. We got that right. Welcome to Off the Highlights. I'm your host, TranceBates. We're doing Facebook Live tonight. This is from the title. This is Week 5 NFL matchups. Let me get the mic right. Let me get everything right. What's up? Get the keys. So we're gonna be running through the Week 5 matchups. Give a little breakdown. Key players. And I'm gonna be picking them. So we start in Week 5. We actually have a bye week this week. We got a few teams on bye this week. So we got the Atlanta Falcons on bye. We got the Chicago Bears on bye. The Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers are on bye this week. So let's start with the first matchup we're gonna have on Thursday night, tomorrow night. We got the 3-1 49ers versus the 3-1 Rams. So let this load up. I don't want to hear no previews. It's in LA. I don't know why the Rams are not wearing their rivalry uniforms this game, but hey, it is what it is. So, what is the important things here? Let's talk about injuries. Jennings is out for the 49ers. I think Brock Purdy is out, so that means Mac Jones is starting. Mac Jones has been, I think Mac Jones has played 2 games. They 2-0 in those games. He came back last week and they lost. They lost to the Jags for Brock Purdy. Yeah, Ricky Parasol is out. Brock Purdy is out. Juwan Jennings is out. I feel like the 49ers has just been cursed with whatever. I don't know. They just been cursed with injuries. It's not giving me the Rams. Let's look at the Rams. Let me see. Kitchens is a full participant for the Rams. The Rams really didn't have anybody. I think the biggest matchup here, Stafford has been playing great this year. He has over 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Kyron has 300 yards rushing, and Puka has been killing it. I think he hasn't had anything less than 90 yards a game with 500 yards for the season. He's only had 1 touchdown though. So for me personally, I don't really think with the defense, I don't really think it's that much of a matchup. The 49ers, I just think they're dealing with so many injuries. So I'm gonna have to. Let me write this down. Let me write this down. Let me send it. Let me pin it. Oops. Oh, no, okay. See what I get this time. For these drinks. So what I said, I'm going with the Rams on this one. Uh, do I think it'll be close? I don't think it'll be really close. I mean, Mac Jones, Mac Jones has been pretty solid, but I just think the 49ers have too many injuries to really deal with. So next up, we got the 2-2 Minnesota Vikings versus the 1-3 Cleveland Browns. This game is in London. The Vikings lost to the Steelers last week. in was the Ireland, and the Browns lost to the Lions in Detroit. Let's see. This is a London game. And the Browns are 31st in the league for points per game with 14. Carson Wentz is starting. I know for this game, they finally starting Dylan Gabriel. Flacco really hasn't been much of a factor. He already had 6 interceptions on the year. Quinton Judkins has been, as a rookie running back, he's been pretty solid for coming in. He has 237 touchdowns. Let's see. Darasol did not participate for the Vikings. That's offensive line. Jackson didn't participate offensive line. So they're probably still going to have some offensive line troubles. And you're dealing with probably one of the most dominant defensive lines in the game with the Cleveland Browns with Myles Garrett and Mason Graham and Collins. He participated. Collins did participate. And Del Pitt did participate. So, do I think? See, I don't know what Dylan Gabriel is going to give you, but is the Steelers? The Steelers did a pretty good job with Aaron Rodgers going against that Brian Flores defense, and he was hitting them with quick with the quick game. And I know Dylan Gabriel is pretty good with the quick game. He's pretty good with the quick game. With Judkins running, Gainwell did slash the Vikings defense. So I feel like if they try to use the Steelers game plan and Dylan Gabriel can get off on that, he will be. I think that would be a pretty good game. Do I think the Vikings can come with a better game plan against the Steelers defense? I don't know. With Myles Garrett running around, you know what? I'm going to take the Browns in that game. I'm gonna take the Browns against the Vikings. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Next game. Battle of the 1 and 3s. We got the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams are 1 and 3, but I feel like kind of going in different directions. Baltimore has lost to the Lions, and then they lost to the Chiefs. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. I know. Yeah. The Texans are coming off of a shutout win against the Titans at home. I'm going to this game, so I'm gonna be there. Going to the Jimmy Seafood tailgate, so we're gonna be in there. The Ravens are third in the league with 32.8 points per game. Now we don't know if Lamar is playing. He's out with he's been struggling with the hamstring, so we could see what that's about. Lamar had 869 yards with 10 touchdowns and 1 interception. He literally on a path for another MVP, but the injury could be hindering that right now. Derrick Henry been having fumbling issues. The Texans really just kind of got their running game going with Woody Marks as a rookie. Nico been kind of doing this thing. Not really sure. Let's look at the injury report. So Will Anderson for the Texans didn't participate, but Danico Autry did. Nico participated. Who else is on this list? Folo Fulakasi, defensive lineman, didn't participate. Derek Stingley didn't participate, but Jalen Reed did. So Stingley is probably going to play. He usually take off the week because he's been dealing with an injury. I think Will Anderson is probably going to play. I really haven't heard too much about him. Nico had a knee issue last week, but he still played. And we look for the Ravens. The Ravens, Kyle Hamilton participated. Lamar didn't participate. Marlon Humphreys didn't participate. I think Marlon Humphreys is out. Roquan is out. So I think the biggest thing that we're going to be looking at is as far as what is Lamar Jackson going to be doing. And if he can't go, then it's Cooper Rush. So I would assume in this game, in this matchup, the Texans have the number one defense as far as points per game. I think they're allowing the lowest points per game. And like I said, the Ravens are third in the league, but I think a lot of that hinders on if Lamar is playing. And as far as it seems like the Texans kind of got their running game going, and now they're playing against the Ravens, who's been having a poor run defense. So that seems like one of those get right games for the Texans to really build on what happened last week. But you never know, man. But as far as these games go, when you play them, you think one thing when you play them. A lot of Ravens fans are probably feeling like, "Hey, they gonna come in here and whip us." As a Texans fan, I don't really feel that way, honestly. I feel like the Texans have their own issues, have been having their own problems, but this is definitely a game that I can see where if the Ravens don't really improve defensively, Woody Marks could have a big game. And if Stroud and the offensive coordinator kind of get back, continue to be on the same page that they are on, they could have a big game. As far as the Ravens go, it's going to be tough against that. It's going to be tough against that defense, against that Texans defense. As far as I would go, going to the game, they 1-3. This is a big game, honestly. I feel like this is one of those games where the winner gets the inside track on that last number, that 7th seed in the playoffs. If even go for, I think it might be done for them. It might be over for them because both the Texans have the Colts and the Jags at 3-1 in their division. The Ravens have the Steelers at 3-1, and you don't really want to fall that far back, especially with the schedules that they got. But I think the Texans can build on it. I'm gonna go with the Texans. I don't think it's gonna be would be a blowout though. I don't think it would be a blowout. But I think I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think it depends on Lamar. I think Lamar makes the game closer, but yeah. Next up, we got a battle of number 1-3. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Carolina Panthers. This is the Dolphins are coming off of a win. What was that, Monday night? Monday night against the Jets. The Panthers just got stomped out by the Patriots. I didn't see that coming. It's like what I don't know what. I don't know. I think Dolphins have something here. They are doing a little bit, but I think with the Panthers it's just like last year they was feeling like Bryce made a good step forward at the back end of the season, right? But now it doesn't seem like it has translated. So it's just like he played well in the back half of the season. You've gotten him a better wide receiver in Ted McMillan, but it's still not translating to the wins. And I think the Patriots game is a big indication of they against the Cardinals, against the Patriots, they've been pretty outclassed. Dolphins, they look like they're trying to get their shit together. And it's in Charlotte. So let's look at this. Any important stats we can go over? Not really. They're pretty much at the bottom half on both sides. Both of them have negative turnover differentials. Passing yards are pretty much identical. Tua is at 752. Bryce Young is at 753. You got A-Chain and Hubbard. I think it'll probably be a good running game. Hill is out. He dislocated his knee, tore a couple ligaments. So that's done. Dolphins, is anybody particular? What was it? Salavania is a participant, was a full participant. He had two touchdowns coming back. So that's pretty good for the Dolphins. On the Panthers end, Hubbard didn't participate, so that's a big one. Xavier Leggett did come back. Tech McMillan was a full participant, and Taylor Moton didn't participate. So, how do I see this game going? I think the Dolphins might. I think the Dolphins. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to try to overrun the Panthers. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins. There's not too much more I care about. I'm trying to run through these. Next up, we got the 1-3 Raiders versus the 3-1 Colts. They're in Indianapolis. Colts have been doing a pretty good job this year. Pretty surprising, actually. They're fourth for the Colts are fourth in the league at 30 points per game. Third with yards, 397. Their offense is pretty efficient. Daniel Jones is at 1,000 yards passing. Jonathan Taylor has 400 yards rushing. Geno has 7 interceptions on the year. So that's something to look forward to. Maybe that defense can step up. Tyler Warren has been a beast. He still hasn't had a touchdown yet, though. Injuries. Raiders don't have any injuries. Zaire Franklin didn't participate for the Colts. Xavier Howard did not participate. He was getting beat like a drum last game. Kenny Moore didn't participate. Alec Pierce, he was a full participant, so he's coming back. So that's another successful wide receiver for the Colts. And this is one pretty easy. I'm going with the Colts on this one. Dang. All right. Going with the Colts. I don't the Raiders offense isn't working right now, So Genty had a pretty decent game, touchdown game wise. Geno, Brock Bowers, it's just not connecting for him, I would say. And that Bear game late, I think it was a blocked field goal. The Colts lost to the Rams, so they're gonna probably want to bounce back a little bit, especially with that blown coverage they had to Tutu Atwell. So I think the Colts can kind of get right. I think the Colts can get right with this game. Next up, we got the Jackson Dart Bowl revenge game. So we got the Giants who 1-3. They got their first win last week against the Chargers. Jackson Dart first start. Cam Scatterbull, he was doing well, but they lost Malik Neighbors. Like, what do you do? Saints are 0-4. I got money on this game. I bet that the Saints will be 0-5. I want my 20. They're playing in New Orleans in the Superdome. Anything that stands out to me? Not really. Both of them have a +0 point differential turnover. Spencer Rattler has been playing pretty well. He has 765 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's good. Kamara has been running pretty well. Malik Neighbors is out. Jawan Johnson is the leading receiver for the Saints. Jackson Dart was a full participant. I know he was dealing with a hamstring. What else? Who else is on this list? Holland did participate. Dexter Lawrence did not participate. That might be something to look out for. As far as the Saints go, I think they delegated Taysom Hill to come back. But he participated. Johnson didn't participate, tight end. Penning, offensive lineman, didn't participate. And that's probably and Justin Reed did participate. So, and Foster Moreau did participate. So, we had the Giants and the Saints. Jackson Dart is going to feel like this is a revenge game because I felt like he thought that the Saints was going to draft him, but that didn't happen. So, I mean, how do they make up for Malik Neighbors? Malik Neighbors haven't really been doing too much. But he did have that one breakout game with Russ. As far as the Saints, I mean, the Saints have to get a win, but I don't know how the line is going to handle that defensive rush. I think Jackson Dart and Skettable. I think Jackson Dart with the chip on his shoulder and him running into he's going to want to score. He's going to want to run and score. I think I'm going to go to Giants. I think the Giants have got a different type of energy with Jackson Dart and Skettable in there. And I think the Saints is just kind of like they're not losing because of Spencer Rattler, which I think most people was wondering going in, like, you know what I'm saying, the quarterback situation just isn't good. But Spencer Rattler has been pretty decent. So I still think the Giants has a little bit. I think Giants' energy is a little bit better, honestly. And I think with Dart going back in there, I think Dart is going to want to prove a point that they should have drafted him. They didn't. So I'm going to give the Giants the win on that one. Next up. Hold up. Next up. Next up. Next slate. We have the 1-2-1 Cowboys versus the 0-4 Jets and MetLife. So he wasn't. I just don't think the Cowboys are 5th in the league at 28.5 points per game. 3rd in the league at time of possession at 32.28. The Jets are last in the league at turnover differential at -7. Dak has 1,000 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The Jets can really run the ball. Pickens really showed out last game. I guess he's going to be drawing Sauce Gardner. Any injuries? For the Cowboys was full participant. Tyler Booker did not participate. Trayvon Diggs participated. Guyton didn't participate. Malik Hooker did not participate. And we know Lamb is out. As for the Jets, Braylon Allen didn't participate. He was looking explosive in that Miami game. Mason Taylor participated. Simpson was a full participant. and I know Fields is still kind of lingering. It's just I trust Dak Prescott more than I trust Justin Fields, and I don't think I gotta really speak more on that. Like I wish Aaron Glenn, I wish better for Aaron Glenn, but for me personally, I'm going with the Cowboys. I mean, he got the energy as a head coach, but I just don't think Justin Fields is the difference maker as far as a quarterback. Like, I don't think Justin Fields is going to be the one that gets you the wins. He's like 0-25. Like he doesn't win. Like I don't know why, but he just doesn't win. Next up is a pretty big game. We got the 2-2 Denver Broncos versus the 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles, and they in Philly. Hold up, let me go back. See, is there any upsets that I see as of right now? As far as the way the games are laid out, I don't really see no upset. But this one right here, I think this one might be my upset pick. I think this might be the game. Depending on how Bo Nix plays, I think this might be the game. But I'm not sure. The Eagles are fourth in turnover differential at +4. Hurts has 600 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Barkley has 237 yards. Dobbins has 323. Both have 3 touchdowns. The number one receiver on the Eagles, yards-wise, is 158 by Devontae Smith. Any Benito was a full participant for the Bills. Mims participated. Singleton participated. Let me look at the Eagles. Jalen Carter participated. N'Kobe Dean did participate. Goddard didn't participate, and Ashawn Jackson and Landon Johnson, the offensive lineman, he did participate for the Eagles, so that's good. I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna say Broncos. I believe in the Broncos defense, kind of like the Rams defense against them. But I think the Broncos defense can kind of get it done. I think the Broncos are going to run. It's just Bo Nix, his volatility as a quarterback for Bo Nix, I think, is a little bit what would throw me off. Hurts is not going to beat you. He didn't even have a pass completed in the second half of the game. He's not. Hurts isn't going to lose the game for you. I think Bo Nix is probably more plausible for him to lose this game in a big moment than to win the game, as far as I would say. But I'm gonna go with the upset. I gotta pick an upset. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos on this one. Next up, we have Tennessee and Arizona. Tennessee is 0-4. Arizona is 2-2. I don't think there's really much to cover about this. It's in Arizona. Tennessee has been looking horrible. They just got shut out last week. Cam Ward hasn't been playing. He's completed 51% of his passes. He needs to up that. Benson is out for the Cardinals. Is it any significant? Marvin Harrison, Dortch, he participated. No, sorry. Hernandez participated. Will Johnson did participate. So, and Zay Jones did participate for the Cardinals. We don't have to spend much time on this. I'm gonna just go with the Cardinals. Who's next up? Another primetime game. Battle of the 3-1s. We got the Bucks versus the Seahawks. I can see the Bucks here. The Seahawks, I think Sam Darnold has really settled in nicely. They playing in Seattle. The Bucks against that Eagles defense couldn't pull it out. I think they had a blocked field goal. Was it a blocked field goal? I don't know. Interception, probably. Seahawks been doing the battle of the throwbacks on this game. It's in Seattle. Let's see. Overview. Is there anything? What they 3-1? The 3 wins for the Bucks have all been last second wins, late wins for them. It didn't turn out that way for them last week. Mayfield and Darnold separated by 1 yard, 904 for Mayfield, 905 for Darnold. Mayfield does have 8 touchdowns. I'm not sure about Bucky Irvin if he's playing in this game. Kenneth Walker has been looking explosive. Abuka has been killing it as a rookie. And Jackson Smith and Jigba, Ohio State wide receivers. It's another battle because last week they battled the Cardinals and it was Marvin Harrison versus Jackson Smith and Jigba. This week is Mbuka versus Jackson Smith and Jigba. Them Ohio State wide receivers. Wide receiver you. Bucks don't have any active injuries. Seahawks doesn't have any active injuries. This is a toss-up for me, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on this one. I'm taking the Seahawks. I think with that defense, they can give the Bucks problems, especially if Bucky Irvin isn't playing. And I think Sam Darnold has leveled out as far as a player go. He knows he's going to hit. He throwing some beautiful passes. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Cooper Kupp is having some decent catches. Kenneth Walker is running like old Nick Chubb. As far as the Bucks go, I don't think. I think this is going to be a tough one for him going across the country. As long if they can get some pressure on Darnold and get him out there, maybe. But I think with Mike McDonald and his defense, I think they're going to get a Bucks some problems. They're going to get some fits. And I kind of, damn, it's like the battle of the throwbacks, the battle of the not birds, but it's battle of the Ohio State wide receivers and the reclamation projects as the quarterbacks. They came out. The Sam Darnold and Baker was in the same draft. One got drafted by the Browns, the other one got drafted by the Jets. 2 teams are still looking for quarterbacks. And you got Baker 3-1 with the Bucks, and you got Sam Darnold 3-1 with the Seahawks. Sometimes it's the coaching. It ain't the player. Sometimes it's the coaching. But I'm gonna go with Seattle on this one. I'm gonna go with Seattle on this. What we got next? Next is Detroit and Cincinnati. I don't even think I gotta break this one down. I think Detroit put 50 up on these niggas. I'm going with Lions. I ain't even got to break down. I just don't see Brownie like the Bengals. They done. They cooked. They cooked, man. Next up, we got the Commanders and the Chargers. Jaden Daniels is back for this game. They in LA. I'm not sure how much Jaden Daniels is going to run with that sprained knee. Chargers had an embarrassing loss to the Giants. Let's see. Is anything popping out? Get the fuck out the way. Herbert has 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Amari Hampton had a breakout game last week. Quentin Johnson has 337 yards receiver with 4 touchdowns. He is killing it this year. He learned how to catch. We talk so much shit about this nigga, but he finally learned how to catch, man, and killing it. Maybe you just gotta give him a couple years. Injury report. Anybody important on this team? I know Jaden Daniels is back. He was a full participant. Zach Ertz didn't participate. Let's see with the Chargers. Keenan Allen didn't participate. Joe Alt didn't participate. Mekhi Becton did participate. It's what's funny? Quentin Johnson can catch, but now Lad McConkey can't. He'll stole that man powers. Now we got the Chargers. I'm gonna still go Chargers on this. I'm gonna still say Chargers over the Commanders. I'm gonna still say Chargers over the Commanders. Where we at? What's next? And then we have what's next? The Sunday night game. The Bills is bringing out the all whites, the ices. The Patriots are 2-2. Bills are 4-0. Overall, I think this is going to be a closer game than expected. Drake has been up to numbers of Josh Allen. So they're playing in New York, and it's going to be all white. It's just going. I think that is going to be too much for them. The Bills are second in points per game at 33.2. Second at yards per game at 404. First in time of possession. James Cook has been killing it. What else? Drake May has 988 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Josh Allen has 964 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. James Cook has 400 yards rushing with 5 touchdowns. Keon Coleman is leading. Will Campbell did participate for the Patriots. Who else? Anybody else? Williams was a participant. Let's look at the Bills. Milano did participate, so he's back. He probably be back. Ed Oliver did participate, so he's probably back. This is going to be a good battle right here. This is one of those moments where Drake May can make a statement for himself. In his second year, he seems to be the most improved of the second-year quarterbacks. They got the rivalry uniforms on. You need to gain ground in this division. The Bills are 4-0. They're running away with it. You know they got an easy schedule. New England 2-2. This is the game on a Sunday night. Millions of people watching. This is the game that Drake May can duke it out and battle with Josh Allen. You know Josh Allen's gonna come with the shit. I don't ever see Josh Allen having a bad game, and if he does have a bad game, it's gonna be one of those Sunday 1:00 games that ain't nobody really gonna be watching, and you're gonna be like, damn, because they just kind of struggled against the Saints last week. They almost lost that. And I think this is what their third home game in a row for the Bills. I'm gonna still go with the Bills. I'm gonna still take the Bills, but I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it might be field goal or a touchdown difference between these two. I'm gonna go with the Bills. Would that be an upset? What other is that another upset? I don't really see. This is just a dirty slate of games on some real shit. Like the only upset I really kind of see is maybe Denver, but this is the 2-2. These two are the two prime for the upsets. The 2-2 teams going on the road against the 4-0 teams. The Denver and Eagles, the Patriots and Bills. One of these might be an upset. I'm gonna go with the Denver one, but I'm gonna go with the Bills. I'm gonna go with the Denver one, but I'm kind of leaning towards who I trust. I think I trust Drake May more than Bo Nix. And the last Monday night game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs 2-2 going to Jacksonville, who are 3-1. For me personally, I would like to see Kansas City beat these niggas because we need to gain ground in that division. So, and the Colts got an easy one, so this might be a hard, difficult one for the Jags. They've been playing pretty well though. It's in Jacksonville. This is a game. This is a game. Any stats that stick out? The Chiefs coming off a beat down on the Ravens. And the Jags are number one in turnover differential with +9. Damn. It's like the Chiefs been losing, they've been losing some games, but they 2-2 now. But Mahomes is 939 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. 854 for Lawrence with 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Mahomes lead the Chiefs in rushing. ETN has been killing it. This would be interesting. No active injuries for the Jags or Chiefs. So this is a good one. This might be this one. This is a good one. I think with the energy that the Chiefs have been having, and I think Mahomes is feeling it with Xavier Worthy back in the lineup. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this. I just think that with what they did to the Ravens, Jags, they've been turning the ball over, right? But the 49ers were still in that game with Brock Purdy late until the turnover. But I think the Chiefs is gonna have a little bit more for them. I think this is gonna be a difficult game if Trevor Lawrence for how Trevor Lawrence wants to play. Like the defense has been playing well for the Jags, but it's the offense for the Jags. Like they've been getting it done with Trevor Etienne and everything. But it's like you're gonna need that moment from Trevor Lawrence. You're gonna need the moment from Trevor Lawrence. And I trust Patrick Mahomes to have that moment more so than Trevor Lawrence. Anything else? And that's the whole week. So we're gonna go Rams over. Just to recap, y'all. Rams over the 49ers. Browns over the Vikings. Texans over the Baltimore. Dolphins over the Panthers. Colts over the Raiders. Giants over the Saints. Cowboys over the Jets. For the upset, Broncos over the Philly. Arizona over Tennessee. Seattle over Tampa Bay. Detroit kicking fucking Cincinnati teeth in. Chargers over Commanders. Drake May putting up a fight against the Bills, but the Bills winning, and then I got the Chiefs winning Monday night. That's my week 5 pick'ems. Gave a little breakdown of each game. Some of the games I don't feel like it's worth it. This is probably a crazy slate. I'll be at the Ravens game, Texans. Let's get this shit right, Texans. Let's go. Let's keep this shit going. Keep that same energy. Keep running the ball. Woody Marks, Stroud. Keep on dialing in. Anything else that I need to check out? Just make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook. Share the videos. It's TranceBates on YouTube. I'm on X, OTH, W TranceBates, TikTok, OTH, W TranceBates, TikTok. I've been doing my weekly skits reactions to the Texans losses or wins. I've been getting good traction on that. I've been just trying to figure out what I really wanted to do, but I think I'm always do Wednesdays. I'm always do the NFL pick'ems. I am doing the college quarterback spotlight. We're still doing that. Make sure y'all check out Dante Moore from Oregon. He's the lead at plus 600 for Heisman. They had a big game against Penn State, the night game. He's reaching that territory to be the one to stand out. I think the only one that could really catch him is probably John Mateer with Oklahoma. The list of college quarterbacks that I went through that I thought were going to be good, they kind of fell in left and right. You know, Taylor Green, he's doing well, but they haven't won the big games that they needed to win. But Dante Moore, yeah, he's probably been the best one so far. John Mateer, kid out of Indiana is also I forgot what his name was. I think I might add Julian Sand from Ohio State into the list. I really didn't know what he was going to do, but they're going to be in the playoffs. But yeah, make sure y'all check out Dante Moore from Oregon. Saints fans, he's probably going to be your quarterback if you continue down this path because y'all need one and y'all going to be picking first. Because clearly the Titans got Cam Ward. They're probably going to be picking Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State, which makes me think of Sam Levitt He's doing pretty good too. But yeah, just make sure you check out the content. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the videos. I appreciate it. Give me your picks down in the comment section. Give me your upset picks. Who you think is going to be upset? Like I said, I think the Bills and the Patriots is a good upset watch, and the Broncos and Eagles. Other than that, I think all the other teams are pretty equal, especially with where they at. But yeah, thanks for checking out the stream off the highlights with TranceBates. Let's go Texans.